Today we're talking about 4.1 matrices and data. So we need to know some things. Matrices are the forms that you can put, they're basically tables that just have numbers, no symbols. Okay, and they're inside these brackets here. So we need to know our dimensions. This is mxn, which really we read it as m by n. So anything that goes this way inside your matrix, those are all your rows. And as soon as we start going up and down, these that go up and down, these are your columns. Okay, so your rows are your M, and your columns are your N. Okay, so we always read our rows by columns. So then we have our entry. An entry is a value in the matrix. An address is the exact location of the entry. Just like you have an address where you live, so we have, each number has its own address. So we have example 1, displaying data in matrix form. So you're going to be given a table like this, so the cost of a 4-inch cube box, basically the money. We've got paper versus plastic, and all of these different things here. So if we display this in matrix form, all I want is just this stuff here. I do not want any of the words, do not want any symbols. So remember, no words, no symbols. So if you have dollar signs, do not write them. Okay? So we are going to write our first number, which is 0.48. I'm going to go down. It doesn't really matter which way it goes. 0.005, 0.0075, and back up here was 0.72, 0.0075, and 0.01125. And I'm just going to put the brackets around it. So if I want to write a matrix from a table, I'm just going to rewrite the numbers in the exact same order. Do not move them, the exact same order. Okay? What are the dimensions of C? So, and we always have to label it in a letter. And this second question will almost always tell you what to label it. So C equals all of this. And C is for cost normally. What are the dimensions? So how many, remember we read it M by N, the M being the rows, and rows go this way, so we have 1, 2, 3 rows, so I'm going to write a 3 here, an X, so the by, and N, how many columns? 1, 2. So 3 by 2. Now, when we're talking about an entry here, once again, this is your M, your rows, and this is your N, your columns. So if we want row 1, column 2. So row 1 is right here. Column 2 is this number. So we have 0.72. We want to know, what does it represent? So come back up here. 0.72 was this one right here. That is the total cost for the paper. So that's what I need to write. Total cost, cost for the paper. And that is what it means. Now what is the address? What is the location of the entry 0.005? Well, that is right here, right? Okay, so read your rows first. So we went 1, 2, down 2. So we need to have our letter, which is C. C, 2. And now how many columns are we in? We're still in our first column, so we're going to put a 1 right there. Let's try another one. So now we're looking at the 2004 National High School Rodeo Finals, the barrel racing scores. We've got Sierra and Kelly. We've got their different rides that they've done. So what are the dimensions? If you can see that the numbers are in here, then you can tell me that. If you need to first display it down here, you can do that. So I'm just going to rewrite the numbers just exactly as I see them. Do not change numbers at all. Put your brackets around them. Okay, remember we want rows by columns. So we've got 2 rows by how many columns? 1, 2, 3. So 2 by 3. We need to give this a name, and if we look down here, we actually see that it's going to tell us that this is A. Okay, so C, what is the entry at A21? Remember, this is your row and column. So row 2 is here. Column 1 is here, so where we're at is this number here. So 16.206. If we look back at our table, that is Kelly's first ride. Because 16.206 is right there. Kelly's first ride. Now what does the entry at A 1 to? So now we want row 1, but column 2. So row 1 is here, column 2 is this one. So that is 16.29. What does it mean? So let's go back up to our table. So 16.29 right here. That is Sierra's second ride. So that's what I'm going to write right here. Sierra's second ride. Now I've given these two we want to know the address for 17.318 and 17.668. So 17.318 is here. 17.668 is here. So this one, we are in row 1, we're in the top row. So this is 1, and then we are in the 1, 2, third column. Okay, so this needs to be A, little 1, little 3. That is not A13, A13. Now we also want to know the 17.668, which is right here. So that is second row, 1, 2, 3 column. So that is A23, little 2, little 3. Here are some for you to try on your own.